Hello everyone, my name is Hubert and welcome to Teach Me channel. Today we'll be looking at GCSE Maths Simple Interest. So in the previous couple maths videos we've been looking at percentages and how to work with those percentages. Now today we'll be looking at the first of the two different types of interest, and these work very much based on percentages. And this is important. This is actually some real life stuff where you have to invest in things in real life. You will have various investment accounts in real life, some retirement accounts, many things like that, all of which use interest, and interest is heavily involved in any banking work. So this is some real life stuff that I'm going to be teaching you today, and this is hopefully a little bit shorter video because simple interest is actually like the name suggests, simpler one out of the two different types of interest. So today I'll show you what this is, what's the simple interest, how it works, and we'll go quickly through a worked example, a question, to kind of show you in a practice how it all plays out. So without further ado, let's get started. So, what is simple interest? Well, simple interest is usually referring to when you pay money into some account or when you invest in anything. When you pay money in, you will get a fixed rate. You will get certain every year or sometimes every 3 months. You will get a fixed amount of percentage in your money. So for example, you could be getting every year, you could be getting 1% interest. So the bank will be paying you 1% on for the money on top of the money that you have already invested, and that refers to the original amount. So that always refers to the original amount. That's the very important thing about simple interest, rather than the other type of interest, which is compound interest, onto which we will get onto next video. So here's an example of how this works. So for example, you invest £100 into an account that will give you an interest rate of 10% every year. Now that's a really good interest rate, so if you've heard of accounts like that, let me know, because that's actually a really good interest to get in a bank. But anyhow, so if you invest £100 and you get a simple interest of 10% every year in this account, how does this work? Well, at the beginning, in year 0, you invest £100. That's what you start with. Then, after year 1, you get 10% added onto that £100. So 10% of £100 is 10. So 100 plus 10 is £110. And that's what you get after year 1. After year 2, after another year, you get another 10% added onto that amount. However, that 10% is added from the original amount. So that 10% is added from the £100, not from the £110, from £100. So £110 plus 10% off £100 is 110 plus 10, which is 120. And the same happened the following year. We add on another 10, giving us 130. So that's how simple interest works in a nutshell, and that is important to consider, that it always goes, the percentage is always calculated from the original amount. That's the very, very crucial thing when it comes to simple interest, because compound interest actually works differently, and compound interest will actually not work always from the original amount. And that's the main difference. So simple interest, original amount. Always think that. So, knowing now how this works, let's try approach a question. Let's try to put this knowledge into practice. So, here's a question. You invest in an account which pays 2% simple interest every year. How much will you have after 5 years if you invested £400? Okay, so in this question, you invest £400 into an account that gives you 2% of simple interest every year. And the question basically asks you how much you'll be left with after 5 years. Okay, so what do we need to do here first? Well, we need to find out what is that 2% of simple interest. So what is that 2% from the £400? So to do that, we calculate 2% of £400. And if you watch my previous videos, you will know that one way to do this is to multiply £400 times 0.02, which should give you £8. Okay, so now we know that 2% from £400 is £8. And now we know that every year we have £8 added onto this amount. So after year 1 we will have 408, after year 2 we will have 416, and so on. But we are not going to be doing this, adding it year by year. Considering that this is simple interest, we can simply decide that after 5 years, we are getting that £8 added on 5 times, because simple interest goes from the original amount. So here, we can simply calculate what we have added onto that original amount by multiplying the said £8 by 5. And that should give you £40. So after 5 years, we have gained £40. We have gained £40 after 5 years of investing in that account. So that isn't our answer quite, because the question is how much money will you have in total? If the question asked, some questions might ask you how much money you will have, how much money you will gain, in which case that £40 would be an answer. But since this question asks us about how much money we will have in total, then we simply have to add on that £40 to that original 400 we invested. So £400 plus the £40 that we have gained is equal to £440. So that's our answer. After 5 years of keeping our invested money in that particular account, where we were getting 2% simple interest every year, we end up with £440. That's the total amount of money that we will have after the 5-year investment period finishes. So that's an excellent example of how simple interest works. And this is it for today, guys. Simple interest was quite a simple topic. And this is important topic though in understanding the next type of interest that we'll be discussing, which is the compound interest that we'll be discussing next time we do a maths video. So make sure you keep your eyes peeled for that. Thank you very much for watching this video. I really appreciate when you guys watch my videos. This is exactly why I love doing this, so you guys watch these. And I really hope that this video helped you. If it did, give me a thumbs up. And if you want to stay up to date on daily maths, science and some biomedical science videos, make sure you hit that subscribe button below. Don't be shy. Thank you very much for watching again, and see you next time.